What's this sound and other abominations of the auditorial cancer hole? Hello. I am going on 3 hours of sleep, the inability to breathe 8 separate times, and it's like 1300. I should be asleep, but fuck. So aside from me forgetting how to breathe, I'm more or less okay. And also, I was so tired last night, I forgot to take my med that keeps me asleep for longer than 3 hours. Hooray. I swear, it's like every time I make one of these videos, you guys learn a new medical disorder I have. I have a lot of them, by the way. I was the weird dead man's hand of the genetic lottery. On one hand, you're like, you know, it's a good hand. On another hand, you're like, you know, you're fucked. That's what's weird about that hand in poker that everyone forgets, that it's actually a real it's two pairs. That's a really good, right? That's really good. But it kind of happened when a famous little gunslinger you might have heard of named the Wild fucking Bill Hickok got capped in the back of the head with that in his hand. From a coward who was later lynched for killing the most famous man in all of the fucking Dakotas. And several other locations. So yeah. But at some point, Bass Reeves, at least at the time, surpassed the fame and legend of Wild Bill. Granted, Wild Bill was already dead for a while, but, you know. I think it was around that time, yeah. So, because he was in the Dakotas as well, Bass Reeves was. He was in the Dakotas, and so was Wild Bill. Well, during his death, he was. He apparently went to Deadwood for a nest egg, because he had just gotten hitched from a woman he met in the traveling circus biz, and he went to score some gold and bring it back home to wife, darling, dearest, and that was cut short. So, fun times. But yeah, so I now know why my the Bloodline playthrough didn't have any audio at all, because Discord, without fucking telling me, deactivated all of my inputs. Or not Discord, OBS, whatever. It's all the same fucking shit. Just, yeah, OBS deleted all my setups and shit, and, fun times there. It is surprisingly hot for it being December. Hold on. Tell me the proper temperature, you motherless oh, 53. How is it? I really am an Arctic polar bear. Holy shit. Like, I don't know how, but yeah. I'm getting distracted by bullshit. Yeah, bullshit. God, Rolling Stone's already predicting Trump's gonna cheat next time. You were okay with cheating last time, asshole. Did you forget this? Alright, when you do it, it's okay and righteous and virtuous, and everyone else is evil, Nazi scum, mega Hitler, Jewish archetype, demon monk, Gehoiten, Sodom, Moloch, demon monster. 23rd. Yes, no, exactly. Fucking God, I already said them by name, shit. Well, I'm on some sort of watch list. Lol. Yeah, no, just I'm gonna need to re-back up my shit back onto the other site I use that somehow isn't connected to the other site I use. Here's the thing, I don't really want to grow. I just want 10 assholes who want to learn discover me. And then I teach those 10 assholes, and then they go on and teach another 10 assholes, and the cycle of assholery continues. That I'd be okay with. That I'd be like, okay, shit, I'm doing things, right? But fuck forbid I have a 1 million view vid. God, that's how you know I'll fucking get dragged into every tortured dungeon they could find in the next 30 miles of a corn patch. Ping! Okay, I need to announce when I ping. Hold on. That was the book of the faces. Yes, the many-faced book of not splendor. All right. Do I want to reply to this midwit? He kind of bores me. Yeah, he does kind of bore me. Nah. So, I have a slight confession. I enjoy debate, discussion, right? I get a little creative in prose and fiery in language, but who isn't? So, honestly, that's how I normally talk. That's very, I am naturally verbose and verboten at the same time. And, I'm getting tired of Uncle A. Can I even say his name? I'm getting tired of your crazy yet right once in a blue moon uncle. Which, again, I still have a problem with statism of any shape. I don't care if it's the national form of statism or the I hate my dad and my parents and my balls form of statism. It's still fucking statism, and I still have a problem with it. So get that out of the fucking way. And also, can you guys please have another Satan? Please? One more Satan. Look, if your people were hated all throughout time and space for no reason, coincidentally, just because, then you're bound to have found some other asshole who was mean to you at some point in history. Like the Tsar, for example. That your people totally didn't threaten a death curse on, and then 2 generations get the Bolsheviks to kill him and his family. Totally not. Yes, no. Bad Shlomo. Bad. Anyways. Again, it's difficult when you live in upside-down land, and admitting the truth is somehow a sin, which I'm opposed to the very idea of sin in the first place. But something, they're my enemies, something. No, they're you. They're just like you, but in a mirror darkly. Like 3 boomers are going to get that joke. And they're all autistic. Is that... I, for a brief moment, was playing Minenwerfer louder than normal, and now I'm slightly deaf, I think, because I don't know how loud I'm being, so I apologize if I gave you earhole cancer. I apologize. Shit. Let me double, triple dick make sure. Okay, yeah, it's bobbing and bopping and managering, not the word I almost said, yeah, just I like debate. I like discussion. I like challenging people's brain balls. But when they resort to lol, you used the wrong die in a sentence, therefore Papa Legba says you lied, you big meanie head bunk. That wasn't the point of the argument. The point wasn't which use of the word die, which there's 3 of them, by the way, I am to use in a colloquial. That was a joke, okay? That's not the important part. You fucking troglodytic hog monkey. The important part is the fact that I called you out and you just ignored it, dodged blame like a woman dodges accountability, sucker punched me in the cock, and then, oh, I'm the victor, I win, yay. All you did was grab a random stick, nailed some pig's hooves and watermelon rinds to it, and go, Lady Lambert says you lie, big sticky meanie head. Psh. That's not the point. That's not what we're discussing. And after that, I lost all... I stopped caring. You could probably call it autistic burnout if you like. I probably will in the future, but just... Okay, one, you wanted to fuck my friend. Okay? That's why you keep shitting on her posts. Because you wanted to bag you some smookums. Oh, too late. She has the boyfriends. Oh, time to call her racist, alt-right, bigot, Nazi-isms, and all this fucking bullshit used by the enemies who call you goy. It's funny when the race that calls me infidel starts fighting with the race that calls me goyim. One means subhuman, the other means cattle. And I'm supposed to give a fuck about who wins. You know, if I could join in on side 3, fuck both of you, I would do it. I would fucking do it with bells and a broadsword on. But that's not an option. Because Christianity lost its balls at some point. The Crusades was the last time you people gave a shit. And, again, for the record, the Crusades was a defensive struggle. It was a defensive war because Islam, being the fun kettle of fish it's known to be, was killing priests, replacing them with imams, raping and killing and holding ransom pilgrimagers. I don't know what the noun form of that word is. Noun is in person, not noun is in action. No, that's a verb. Fuck. No, pilgrimage is the verb. Yeah, damn it. Okay, just... I don't know how to translate that into an English word that makes sense to people who aren't inside my autism bubble. But, again, why do I have to make a decision? Like, did you guys notice that when this whole War in the Middle East Part 73 Electric Kaisering Boogaloo happened, it was very quick that all of popular media, all of it, demanded you pick a side right off the bat. Without looking at either side, without looking at any data, just you must pick a side. Anyone notice that the same people who demand you pick a side between Palestine and Israel are the same people who refuse to pick a side in American politics for fear it'll cause ostracization? I have trouble speaking. Ostracization. Ostrich burgers. Have you eaten ostrich burgers lately? That is the question asking America. How was your ostrich burgers this morning? Chapeau, how are you doing? You know, it'll be a sad day when all these videos are taken down. It'll be a sad day. But then I'll just upload them somewhere where I'm allowed to speak the truth, even if it offends the chosen people. Like, holy shit. Like, you kind of have to wonder two things. One, how did they become the chosen in the first place? And two, why was the Catholic Church more focused on fucking up people in the North and not fucking up people in the Middle East? Until, like, 1200? Took them 800 years. But they finally got there. Just, what the fuck? Like, the whole time you were fighting pagans, why? You two had a common enemy the whole time. The enemy that wants to subjugate both of you and use one to kill the other. So they take over and fulfill their holier-than-thou, I am the chosen one God complex. And apparently, there is a direct one-to-one correlation, for example, in Islam, with religiosity, and narcissism. The more religious you are in that religion, there is a 1-to-1 correlation, the more narcissistic you are. Again, why is it throughout history we have always picked the enemy who wanted to be left alone instead of the enemy who wanted to take over the fucking world? Or the enemy who only wanted their old land back and then leave the rest of the world alone? Why did we always attack them? The ones who in the long run pose a much lesser threat. In the long run. The Nazi Empire, it actually was an empire. Everyone forgets that. But they wanted to conquer back Germania, which was lost in the First World War. They wanted to conquer that back. They wanted to take back their old land that was taken away from them. If anything, it was a two wrongs make a right kind of thing, if anything. At least it would have been seen that way if they had a star instead of a, whatever the hell that symbol's supposed to be, a cartwheel? However you call it. Or a... What is that called? That isn't the obvious word. God damn it. Hold on. These beeps are gonna fucking happen. Shit. Oh, okay. Oh, that's wife. Okay, hold on. Jeez. Okay. Base. Okay, she's at the Denizen store, rob 'em, hokum pokum style. So, okay, I don't know what that is. What is a tamarind? Is that a fruit? Is that a fruit? I don't know what that is. Oh, it is a fruit. Okay, shit. Hey, I was right. It was a fruit. I had a feeling it was a fruit. Forgive me, the Appalachian refugee. Well, I don't even know if I can call myself that. I moved around a bit throughout my life. Father was military. We moved. Simple as. But, it is a fruit. Lol. I've never heard of a tamarind. Let me look that up. What the fuck is a tamarind? It's a fruit, I get it, but... Tamarind. It looks like... It looks like a nut with a bean dick. What the fuck? Is it a bean? It looks like a bean. Leguminous tree-bearing edible fruit that is indigenous to tropical Africa and naturalized in Asia. Okay, that tells me things. Leguminous. Oh, so tamarinds are legumes, like peanuts. Wait, no. There's a leguma potato. No, they're peanuts. A tuber is a potato. Okay. I'm learning botanical bullshit. Don't you come up here and destroy my botanical ways. Yeah, no. So there's a monkey called a tamarind. That's a thing. He's got a fucking mustache. That's cool. I gotta send that to the wife. Hold on. Copy image. Okay. Tamarin. Okay. So there's a monkey with a mustache named after the fruit. That's a bean. Because biology. Okay then. Why am I now learning these things? I'm either too old, too young, or somewhere in between to care about the compassionate daydreams of a legume. So I sent her a monkey without telling her what it is. It's just a monkey with a giant, like, sage mustache. Like... Dude. Why does that monkey have a mustache? It's a Tamarin. 'Tis bearded. Biology be odd, though. Yes. What did this video become? Okay. Learning about weird peanut fruit in monkeys with giant mustaches. What the fuck? Like, this is the madness Ale brings to the table, I'll have you know. This is the madness she reaped forth into the world. Jeez, that's... I might need to... How do I deafen that? Hold on. Okay, that. Okay. I can't find the button! Okay, I'll just ignore it when she messages me again. Sorry, you guys have to hear that. I know it's very difficult in a video. You know what? I'm stupid. Why don't I just... Hold on. I will deafen the desktop audio of my thing and only let it pick up my mic. Mick Aux. When it becomes Scottish. You know, so, yeah, that way it won't pick up the boom and all that weird... I want to say the word, but I can't. Why must I get the predictive pattern word obsession autism and not the good at math or science autism? It's like that guy who got the femboy autism instead of the math and science autism. How is femboy a thing? Like, how does that work? I genuinely don't know. I was told by someone who may or may not have perused certain streets at certain points in their lives, that it's women, a lot of women, and this part I have experienced, want more effeminate men, right? Or they want feminine. They're attracted to the feminine, but they don't want to be gay because penis really feels good. Like, guys, look, don't let ladies fool you. That dick is magic. Don't let them fool you. Don't let them lie about it not being valuable or important, motherfucker. They admire that thing. They want to be covering that thing's fluids. It just, yeah, women are far more sexual and eroticism. Eroticism. Erotic. Does erotic have an adjective? Wait, no, not adjective. That subverb, whatever the fuck that's called. The past tense present particle shit. Fuck. Ugh. Why can't I the Englishamate? See, people call it a bug. I call it a feature. I speak the moon monkey language. You know, fucking watch, someone's gonna say that's about black people. It's like, no, I was being literal. Autistics do that. They're literal people. You know, that could mean three things. They're literal people as in they are literally people. They are literal people as in they are literal with their language. And they are literal, in quotes, period, as in they're secret giant-nosed monkey demons. Which may or may not be a contradiction. Also, I want to say, for the record, I don't remember her name because thought's gonna attention seek, but was it 5 to 10 years ago? I think closer to 5 to 8, I think. There was a woman who did this viral thing on Facebook. And it was differences in male and female autism. You've probably seen it. It was all over the fucking place for years on end. And it was a kettle of lies. She said that I don't know if the mic's gonna pick that up. Anyways, she said that, oh, look, female autism is the exact polar opposite of male autism. And I'm like, no, you petuous trollop, that's BPD. And here's what I think happened. She was misdiagnosed as autistic. She's not. Look at her fucking eyeballs. That's not autism. Okay? She had, like, blonde mixed with dirty blonde, that whole shit. The giant saucer fucking super eyeballs. I believe they were blue, if I remember correctly. And, Caucasoidal lady. I don't even know whose age was what at the time, but she lied to you people. She literally said that female autism is __ describes BPD __ P.S. It's autism, wink. And, you know, you wonder why there's so much damn confusion, and you wonder why fucking, everyone, for a while, I don't know if they still do, but for a while thought that feminists were autistic. Because BPD totally isn't what they all collectively fucking have. If she has borderline personality disorder, there's an 80% chance she is a feminist. I don't know how many percentage of female feminists are BPD, but we'll have to work backwards on figuring out that one. It's probably 90%. I'm guessing, but it's probably close to that. Because holy bucket nutter with a side shavings of fuck biscuits, Batman. That just no. Not what I'd consider mentally stable individuals in the feminist cult. It's not a movement. You're not organizing change other than the change you've already accomplished 80 fucking years ago that you're struggling to hold on to. And that is one of the beauties of democracy. Well, really, it's supposed to be a republic, but we'll get on that later. The beauties of voting is that... Ow. That was my knee. Oh, that one hurt. Okay. Fuck, that distracted me. The beauty of voting is you can vote out demons and parasites and boomers from 120 years ago and fucking... Jeez. The baby boom ended in 1964. It began in 1946. It was the immediate generation after World War II had officially ended. Hence the baby boom, because the population fucking quadrupled. And keep in mind, when that population boom happened, good old-fashioned left-wing publication houses that totally haven't done the same thing ever since claimed that, oh, there's fucking, like, what was the number at the time? 2 billion. There's 2 billion people on the planet. We'll never feed everybody. There's too many mouths. 2 billion people. You know, fucking doom-praising. You know, fucking... doom sighting from across the ridge. The ruby ridge of vast wives capped in the dome. And there you go, lo and behold, you have corruption on your hands. Corruption that obviously leads in one fucking direction. So, lol. Ship. Okay. Like... Again, you can vote these crazies out. And that's why they're doing their best to hold on to their britches. And they've been doing it really hard the last, geez, fucking 6 months now? 6-8 months? It's December of the year of the Conqueror God, 2023. And fucking, here you go. We have just bullshit. Loads and loads of bullshit. Like, my brain's hitting fuses. It's like 8 degrees hotter than it should be. But isn't it like 53? Like, exactly. I mentioned this in the past, but Razor and I are not the same person because he needs to live in a desert, in a sauna, during a heat wave. And I need to live on the ass-crack north part of Siberia. That's how you know we're not the same person. But I am in Iowa either the way. Near a corn patch. Somewhere north of a Casey's in a general store. Are those the same thing? Well, Casey's calls themselves a general store, but it's a fucking gas station. They don't sell mining picks and hammers and chairs. They don't sell that shit. That's a general store. General store has tools and items and weapons and pieces and furniture and drapes, and for some reason they always have a buffalo head. But anyways, man, those were easy to kill. Holy shit. Those were ungodly easy to kill. Holy fuck. Oh god. Yeah, mostly because they're blind. Fun fact, the buffalo have terrible depth perception. So running off of cliffs is very easy. Like, they were meant to be so big nothing wanted to eat them. Because it'd be hard to take them down. And they ended up developing, like, brittle bones and terrible depth perception. So, an all-grass diet, you say? Sounds good. I, too, wish for brittle bones and fucking up eyesight. Something, something, carrots, something, something. Yes, eat a tuber. That's good goy feed. Eat a tuber. I wonder how many times I can reference you-know-who without saying you-know-what. Before you-know-what, you-know-who's my you-know-there. That was a sentence. Oh boy, I'm a magical sack of potatoes today. So, apparently Ale knows how to bite hard enough that it bruises me now. Should I strike her down before she consumes me whole? Should I? Every day she bites my arm, she gets bigger and stronger and taller. Should I strike her down before it's too late? I don't know why that's a funny joke to me. But yeah. Oh boy. Trying to fix my schnoz. So why do the hooked ones breathe better? I gotta you. I don't know if you guys heard any of that. I told her I was making a video. Why does she always do this to me? Oh boy. Oh, okay. Okay, I got an intermission. Shit. Okay. There you go. 1.5 big weird bags. she, she needed me to check the sugar in the cupboard. Ah, jeez. Do. 1.5 big weird bags. Okay. Lol. Do. I do that to fill the void of empty, deafening silence while I reconnect the wire brain deficit pigeon soup goldfish problem. I can articulate my words. But no, you used the wrong die in a sentence where no one told anyone in the history of ever which of the three it was. Therefore, you am big stinky doo-doo head. This is why I don't really debate with midwits. If you're intelligent, I would love to hash things out with you and your brain and gray matter and learn a thing or two from your gray juices. But when you resort to, lol, your totally non-related joke had the wrong type of die in it, then, okay, sorry, you've lost the plot. You're an idiot. You're smart enough to know English, but you're dumb enough to know anything the fuck else about reality. And that, or you're just that unable to give your opponent the benefit of the doubt. Also, stop trying to fuck my friend. It's unbecoming of a gentleman of such cat ownership existence like yourself. Like, holy fuck. Like, quit trying to fuck things that are taken. Go have a wank and talk to human beings once you clean off the must and odor and depression. Like, again, men have the capability of what is colloquially known as post-nut clarity. I do not know if women get that. From what I've heard, they get something kind of like it, but not the same. What men get with that is this depressive, like, God, I have to do better. I'm that depraved? I'm not a monkey. I'm better than this, right? Like, you actually kind of... One, it's a very depressive feeling. It's a very sad feeling. It's like a loneliness, emptiness, the world imploded feeling. But very often, you turn that feeling into, I can do better. After being depressed for about half an hour. So, but women's is more like, oh, well, I guess I could try this then. Like, they at least have some situational introspection, but nowhere near the level of your brain imploded shit that men go through. Also, women have more nerve endings in the genitals than men do. And women have more pleasure spots. And their genitals are never cut without a trial. A trial to the cutter, not the cut-e, I think is the word. They tend to string up people who do very basic, I'm totally sure healthy procedures to the female child baby gender. But the male boy baby child gender, snip half the fucking thing off. I don't give a fuck. Fuck the little faggot. You'll probably enjoy it. Kicks him in the face. Yes, mothers, that is the world your sons have to live in. Why didn't you change it 20 years ago? Why didn't you? Why didn't you change it back when little Timmy was being put on Ritalin? Why didn't you care? Only you can answer that question. Only you, imaginary mother of some boy named Timmy. Only you can answer that question. Where were you 20 years ago? And if you were a child, where were your parents? Where was anyone's parents 20 years ago when we were experimenting on Timmy with fucking meth? We basically gave Privatine to school children so they could pay attention in school. That's what it was for. It was so they could pay attention. Timmy's not being indoctrinated hard enough. We have to give him these drugs so he behaves. And how did they poison Timmy? Simple. They told Timmy's mother, if he doesn't take this poison, I mean medicine, then he will never be a productive human being and will forever be delegated alone and abused and afraid and stupid, and he won't go to college, he won't graduate, he won't be successful, he won't be a doctor. My mother was told that shit in front of me. I don't think they realized I was cognizant enough to remember. Where were you guys? Where was all the outrage 20 years ago? When we were giving meth to children. By children, I mean boys almost exclusively. First, they gave meth to boys. After they've been chopping parts of their dick off for 1,000 years. Then they gave meth to Timmy. And then Timmy grew up fucked up, but no one cared because his name was Timmy. And now Sarah's being convinced to chop her tits off, and all of a sudden the parents have to get up in arms and fucking defend the kids and fucking... Again, I agree you should defend the children, but why did it take you so long? Why are you just now noticing? This war, this subterfuge, sub-reptilian, sub-demon evil plot has been going on for way longer than any of you have been paying attention. My entire life it's been going on. And I'm almost 30. And my whole life it's been going on. And no one noticed. No one cared when Timmy was cutting himself open because his bones were hurting. No one gave a shit then. No one gave a shit when Timmy was denied fucking medical service. Or the military scholarship he so desperately wanted to enlist in. Because at that point, the meth they gave him already fucked up his heart. They already fucked him up. The ADHD, pay attention in school, obedient little priss boy. Those meds. That we force-fed down every boy's throat with a funnel. Like, I'm sure a good chunk of you, anyone's listening to this, a good chunk of you, mathematically, would have been put on Ritalin as a child. A good chunk of you would have been poisoned by all these chemicals and pharmaceuticals and... Fuck. Soy. Soy is as bad for you as the meth was 20 years ago. And it's in almost every major food brand you have in America. You have to pay the good shit for not soy. Right? The poison is cheap. What actually you need to survive is expensive. That's the grift. That's the trick. That's the switcheroo. Right? Like, we were giving boys meth so they paid attention. And for what? Did they go to college? Did they achieve anything? No, because the meth fucked up his heart so bad that he couldn't enlist in the goddamn military. That's what happened to Timmy. He couldn't go anywhere because his heart was damaged. Privatine is... I keep calling it Privatine. Ritalin is like 3 fucking chromosomes away from bloody meth. Like, what the fuck? We were poisoning our children because a bunch of liars with big round glasses and tiny hats told us if we didn't poison Timmy, he would be a failure. So out of fear, our mothers, our loving, doting, compassionate mothers, allowed us to be poisoned because they were afraid we would suffer. That's the grift. That's what happened. All throughout this country in the last 20 years. To children. Mothers were terrorized by doctors. You need to give Timmy this mind-altering, liver-destroying death drug. Or else he will be fucked up for the rest of his life. So out of fear, they said yes. Out of fear. Because our mothers were afraid we would suffer. And now look at it. Now that they got away with giving Timmy Prevatine for 20 years, now that they got away with that, now they want to chop Timmy's balls off and call him Sarah. And they want to take Sarah and chop her tits off and call her Thomas. Like, what? Why is it all of a sudden every child in the last, 5 years is a fucking eunuch? Why is that? Why are we chopping off the genital bits of prepubescence? Why? Like, it was bad enough when the Catholic Church did it. It's even fucking worse now. Just, what? Why? Why the even? Why did you people allow this? Why did Timmy have to suffer? I appreciate you giving a fuck about Sarah, but it's 20 years after Timmy is a fucking reoccurring drug addict with an alcohol problem. You gave him meth as a child. And you wonder why he was freaking the fuck out. Fucking hallucinating his dad's death and not knowing how to speak English. If I was a child on meth, I'd do that shit too. Lol. Just, fuck. Again, parents, you have one job. Protect your child. That is your only job. Protect the little bastard. Protect them. That is what you must do. That is all you can do as a parent, is protect your child. And our mothers, 20 years ago when we were children, our mothers were scared. They were afraid we would end up another horrible, miserable failure story. Like a lot of them were. I knew one Timmy in particular whose mother was severely abused by a stepfather in ways that describing would make your stomach turn. And she was scared. She was scared that Timmy would have panic attacks and be frightened and scared of his own shadow and worried about the rapist around the corner. So that doting, darling, loving mother was twice as susceptible to poison. She was way more susceptible to it. Because again, poison has a lasting effect on people. She was poisoned. Statistically poisoned. And the stats in particular made it so she was frightened. And in her frightened paranoia, as any survivor would be, she allowed Timmy to get poisoned. She didn't know it was poison. She didn't even know it was meth. She just was told by a doctor, who totally didn't have a tiny hat, I'm sure, that Timmy needs this drug. He needs this drug or else he'll never be successful. Like many of us Timmys were. So, they gave us drugs. I am friends with quite a few people who, all of them autistic, coincidence I'm sure, were given Ritalin and Strattera and every ADHD med they could fit through a funnel. They were given all that shit. As a child, as a developing child. Look, if you're too young to have sex, you're too young to do meth, okay? I'm just saying, like, or diet meth, or whatever the fuck difference it is. I don't know. I'm not a fucking chemist. But I know the symptoms, and the symptoms sound like meth. Okay? Like, just, again, the symptoms are just, like, okay, Ritalin. Ritalin has to be so close to meth, it's unreal. It's got to be the pharmaceutical rendition of meth, right? Because I've seen cases of people on Ritalin. One in particular, he was a young adult, and he drove for 8 hours straight in a circle on his street, because the street did a circle around a block. He drove in that circle for 8 hours, geeked up on Ritalin. Also, total coincidence, I'm sure, his fucking heart imploded, and he died from it. Like, they're giving us fucking meth. The same legal system that is convinced that meth is so dangerous you must be locked in a cage for it is the same one that's giving meth to our children to see what it does next semester. They're no different than the Nazis who gave Privatine to their soldiers and their entire workers' union. Like, half of German workers were on fucking meth. Half of them were on Privatine. Right? Like, half of them were. And it damn near destroyed their society. Because if your drugs run out, or you're no longer allowed to give the drugs, that's a whole lot of withdrawal at once. Withdrawals can fucking kill you. I should know. I was on opiates for 10 years. My whole life, doctors just said, give him some chemicals, he'll be fine. What the fuck? Like, now, between the meth and the OxyContin, I'll take the OxyContin, but still, there's other ways to handle pain. There's other ways to keep your bones from falling out than just, here, Timmy, have some hydrocodone laced morphine, phenylate, tabulate, opiates. Stick this down your gullet. Have fun, Timmy. Get fucked. Come back for a refill in a month. Like, what the fuck? Like, and keep in mind, a lot of this happened under W. If you guys can remember who that fucking is. George W. Bush. W. Right? Like, I mean, under W, you at least had a working fucking medical system, right? You know, just call in, hey, I'm puking my guts up. When can I see you guys? Tomorrow sound good? Well, shit, fuck. Only cost me $15 a month for fucking perfect coverage? God, fuck, shit, yeah. Yeah, I'll do that, yeah. And then Obama dragged his swollen monkey balls all over the fucking Constitution. By not being an American, for one. And for two, just wanted to emulate Europe. Right? He just wanted to emulate. Not the good part of Europe, where they have a what's the word? What's another word for food? Fuck. Grocer, I guess? It's like economy, but for food. What the fuck's that word? But... he didn't want to mimic the food wellness portion of Europe, but he wanted to be more like Europe. So what did he gank from that fettered series of colonies that are imploding as we speak? Oh, just, their shitty debt slavery bullshit fucking healthcare system that doesn't work and is nothing but a giant money laundering scam for massive corporations. That one he was totally fine with. Yeah, no, totally. Fucking... And then they lie to you motherfuckers and say, oh, well, Trump's taking away the health care. No, he's taking away the government's dick in health care. Obama grabbed the dick of the government, shoved it clean up one pipe to the other with the fucking medical system. He put the government in the medical field and made the government your new doctor. Insurance companies are now your doctor. It's been that way since fucking Obama. And, like, what the fuck? Also, he ruined fucking lunches for children. Well, I say he, it was really his man, husband, woman, wife. You know. Like, look. You can sneak a trans person if you're clever with it. But letting their cup break and their big flopping dude dick hit the front of their skirt, not so much. At that point, you know, some eyebrows are going to be raised, right? Like, holy shit. Like, just, I hate being lied to. And the last 30 years has been nothing but a lying, psyop, con job. Jeez, fuck. Poor millennials. Well, I am one, but those poor bastards, fucking... Just poor bastards, man. Like, fucking... You really feel for those guys, like, fuck. Like, just... God, fucking... When they're kids, the Twin Towers fucking imploded. Or as Zoomers call them, the 9/11 buildings. God, I felt ancient when I read that. You know, like... Fucking... The Twin Towers collapse. We get into... the third back-to-back war in the Middle East. Now we're on the fifth. All back-to-back. Like, what the fuck? Like, am I even legally allowed to say maybe we should try, I don't know, glassing the place? Is that even legal? Are you even legally allowed to suggest that? Good God. The freedom of speech shall not be infringed. The left. That means I'll infringe harder. You fucking monkey animals. What the fuck? This is the pain and toxicity I must endure from you troglodytic spawn heathens. Well, shit. Again, I would rather there be a alternative peaceful option. That would be nice, you know. If we can just say, hey, we'll be intermediate, you guys get along, we'll stay here, you stay there, everything's good. But that's not a fucking option. Gee, I wonder why. And, here we are, dealing with the aftermath. Because for the third time back-to-back, America backed the globalist tyrant wants to conquer all of the world and subjugate the human race side. For the third time back-to-back. Like, holy fuck. We sided with communists in both world wars. We're siding with the one that wants to subjugate the Goyim. Like, what the fuck? Why do we always side with the globalist, like, dictatorial tyrant in waiting? The one that wants to conquer the world and subjugate the masses. We always have to fuck with the guy who wants to be left alone. Why is this? Who the fuck is in our advisory boards? And why is it members of this globalist statist religion? Now, which one, you may ask? All of them. Ironically, one funded the other, but, you know, can't point that out in fucking education classes. Like, look, schools are indoctrination camps. That's all they are. if you actually crack open a fucking history book that isn't given to you by the state, you will learn all sorts of magical things about the lies you were told in fucking high school. Keep in mind, in my middle school, and this wasn't even a religious school, I've never been in a religious school, they taught that the Bible was historical fact. Like, was literally historical. A literal historical text of the Bible. They taught that. Right? Now, it's funny how atheists from 10 years ago never mentioned that shit. Right? They never bragged about that. Gee, it's almost as if then they would have had to say, okay, who's in charge of the schools? Who funded the schools in the first place? Oh, right, the Rothschilds. Yeah, shit, fuck. Never mind. Scratch that. Scratch. Never mind. White tape. That's why they didn't fucking bitch about it 10, 15 years ago. That's why the atheist YouTube didn't talk about it. Did atheist YouTube say anything about that particular religion? Any of them? At all? Maybe Logic. Maybe. I mean, fucking maybe. But other than that, no, not a single one of them. I think Logic did. I know he bitched about Islam more than everyone else did. I know that much. So maybe, shadow of the doubt, maybe. But every single atheist YouTube asshat was shitting on Christians and Christians only because screw my daddy's sky daddy god thing. Like, fuck. Like, really, you're gonna pick on the lame duck who hasn't conquered or enslaved in the last 1,000+ fucking years? Really? Fucking... Jeez. Fucking... Like, the last people the Christians really fucked over were the pagans. And if you talk to followers of the old gods and followers of the desert god in the modern day, they will look each other in the eye and go, together? Together. Because they have a common enemy. They've had a common enemy this whole time. Right? You don't get kicked out of 109 bars unless you're a fucked up drunk. Okay? You don't get, like, you don't plow into 109 flower planters without hating daisies. That analogy didn't work the way I thought it would. But anyways, you get my point. Like, and it's not even 109. It's 109 modern countries. Like, if you put it on a modern map, it would be 109. But countries weren't unified back then. Throughout most of history, they weren't. I mean, fuck, Bosnia's what? 18 years old now? If that? Like, fucking, like... I mean, you know... It used to be Bosnia-Herzegovina. I don't know how they circumcised a foreskin that big, but they found a way. Here I am speaking into the void, the mad, penundulating cacophony of my once soothed soul. You know, for a guy who doesn't know how to spell without not having to spell, again, how? I put die as in color, not die as in dice. And somehow that means I'm retarded and therefore my point's invalid. You are a fucking midwit, sir. God, there's a part of me that wants midwit genes to just die off. You know, they don't reproduce. Which, fuck, they're already doing that to themselves, let's be real. The only people reproducing are idiots and intelligent people. You know, intelligent people who aren't tricked by propaganda, and idiots who are too stupid to know what a Yahweh is. Like, you know, so they don't pay attention to the propaganda of don't breed, there's too many people, reduce your carbon footprint because we told you to for no other reason. They're not going to believe that shit. One's too smart to believe it, and the other's too dumb to understand the words. Like, fucking, what the fuck do you think that's gonna do with that? All you're doing is wiping out the midwit population. That's all you're doing. Which, to be fair, there's a fucking lot of them, so, you know. It's sad. But, you know, when in Vegas, do as the Romans. I think. Is that how that works? I don't know. Oh, shit. Let me gaze upon my stack of bullshit here. Okay, it's been about an hour. Alright. Shit. Ugh. Gotta fucking realign my corpse. Hold on. But yeah, just fuck. I don't know where to lead off from there. See, at some point my videos were 3+ hours. But that was when I was on a lot of opiates, so you know, I had more physical endurance to sit up. Ah, shit. Yeah, just, you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful in the modern day. The feds will get you. I love how at some point we're gonna have like an anti-statist, not even commune, because you bastards have ruined that word, but an anti-statist society of actual individuals doing actual individual things and living off the land and having local products and shit. And we're gonna tell stories about the FBI boogeyman and the fucking and the IRS demon and the fucking and the Moloch Wendigo and the fucking no. Those are gonna be fun times. Those are gonna be fun times. At some point, our society is going to revert back to medieval. I hope you guys are aware of this. At some point, we'll just be medieval part 2 with meme culture. That's all we're going to be. It's going to happen at some point. I mean, there's talk about the Samson option. There's talk about that. But, I mean, I don't find that very likely, honestly. It's the idea that a particular country that owns all the banks happens to, you know, get cluster-fucked into oblivion. Then they're going to push the button to release everything, to glass everything that's invading them. You know, it's a theory going around, but I doubt it. But let me put it this way: tyrants dedicating themselves to the pursuit of the king don't want to kill their subjects. They want to enslave them, sure, but not kill them, because then you're just king of glass and debris. That's not a kingdom. You can't be a kingdom that way. So I don't buy it, but you know, be ironic. That's the one thing I'm wrong about. Fuck, that'd be ironic. Lol. Yeah, no, fucking. Don't do it, Seymour. Yeah, just yeah, that might be about it. I'm petering down in energy, not as abundantly abrupt as I once was. Yeah, no. Jeez. Yeah, I'll just end it here. I ain't got nothing else to continue on about in my prattling ways of madness and my decoy balls. Joke's on you, those were my decoy balls. It's all fun and games until you mess with the penile torsion warlock. It's all fun and games. And then you meet the anal prolapse mystic, and then it's all over for you. God. What? It's like a special mixture of autism, being 13, and like androphobia. It's like this weird culmination. But even then, mixing three dastardly things, we still find it funny. It's almost as if people need to fucking grow a pair and quit being offended at words that don't mean anything. Words have the meaning you give them. That is the secret to reality. How you take it. Reality is how you take it. I could make that a porn joke. But anyways, also, how is Mia Khalifa still getting paid for blowjobs from 20 years ago? How is that happening? What the fuck? Also, can I say for the record, Khalifa sounds like a urinary tract infection for gangster rappers. Can I just say? Or gangster rapper Americans, if you will. Fucking, holy shit, man. God, Khalifa. Ugh, it's such a dirty word. Fuck. The words sound slimy and full of yeast, right? Like, it just doesn't sound good. It sounds like an African. No, not African. Jamaican. It sounds like a Jamaican invented it. Like, it sounds like a weed term. Like it... Weed and yeast infection. If you got a yeast infection from fucking a blunt, that would be the Khalifa. Oh, God, that word. Watch it only bother me for the next 10 minutes, and then after that, I won't give a fuck. That's usually how I am with words that I hate. Fucking, I stop giving a shit 10 minutes later. Oh, jeez. Yeah, no, it's just... Yay, a UTI, hooray! I'll get yeast in me urine hole. Why do we live in the downcast shadow of society? Why? Why do we live here? On this particular plot of go fuck yourself? Fucking... Jeez, fuck. I'm gonna beat somebody. Talk to my minority friends. I'll beat one of them. Because whites are globally 6% of the population. Oh, I got you there. Oh, fuck. We must respect all minorities. Whites are 6% of the global population. And then they just turn inside out. God, fuck. This is what happens when you don't put birth control in India. Or you do give them birth control, but it's in the disguise of a vaccination. Either way. Speaking of diseases, you guys hear of that new disease that's going to totally not be fucking COVID-2 Electric Boogaloo right before the fucking presidential run year? You notice that? You notice? Of course, midwits will still believe it because they believe anything because they're fucking dullards. But no one else will. Even the dumb people will be like, hold on a second. That ain't right, boy. Yes, Urkel, you are correct. Yeah. Let's fuck off, you and I. Yeah, just... Fuck. You know, I've been waiting to get banned off YouTube for like 4 years now. Where the fuck are you guys? What's taking so long? Like, why did you forget about me? You're supposed to ban me for some shit about one of the sanctified ones. One of the sacrosanct religions you're not allowed to question, even if your entire personality is I don't believe in God. Which God, though? That's the question. My dad's God. That's the one I don't believe in. Because me and privileged socialite pampered puss cake. Nice alliteration, shit. I'm kind of impressed by that, actually. But, yeah, just... Why? Why was Dad's God the bad one? And is that why you're a communist by chance? Because, like, 90% of the atheist YouTube turn out to be fucking communists? Gee, hating your dad... worshipping the state... and hating God. I wonder if communism does those things. Gee, I wonder. I've been drinking my tea rather steadily, actually. Kind of amazed, actually. It's like, oh yeah, fluids. Fuck yeah. I'm drinking plant blood. Fuck. Hold on. Okay, that was a joke, but it now got me thinking. Is tea just like blood soup but for vegans? Think about that for a second. Don't think too hard, you'll implode inside out, but think about that for a second. And with that, I will end our tireless bullshit charade, sure. Asnable! Yeah, no. Damn you, Red Cosmic Justice Lightning, whatever the fuck your name is. Red Lightning Baron Commander, whatever the fuck his name is. The blonde dude, whatever the fuck. I forget his name. Well, I remember the Char part, but I forget the moniker. Was it Red Baron, Lightning Chief, Lightning Duke? Whatever the fuck it was. I'll ask my 3 Gundam friends and see what they say. Or I could just look at one of their fucking name. He's got it in his damn fucking user tag. Lol. Tyroller Edelweiss, you know. Wow, wait an hour, then ask her the pivotal question, shaking the Asian? Nation. Asians! Oh god, the Asians have been shooken! Lol. A Tamarin is a monkey with a giant mustache. Dude. We need them as pets. We need the Archduke Kaiser, like Wilhelm, fucking. We need the Wilhelm monkey. We need the monkey with the Wilhelm stash. So yeah, goodbye. Good luck. Get fucked. Hopefully this recorded my fucking audio this time. Bye. I said bye now. Get fucked. I'm just kidding. I love you people. But get fucked either way. Bye.